I got a couple of things I want to say about people. The first time that I really got to know, and I'm going to say Vince again also, was right here at All Saints here. We were all members of the All Saints Men's Club, and then also the All Saints Holy Name Society. They truly were the example to help me along, get me started on the right path anyhow, because I think he's too much of a gentleman to say I needed that help. So thanks, Pete, for all you've done for me. And even my kids and my grandchildren, they all love you too, and they wanted to send their best to you also. So you were all your buddy.
Woo! Yeah!
Thank you, Tom, for the kind introduction. My first thing I'd like to say is thank you to my wife, Mary Ellen, for planning and taking care of the finances for this affair. Most of her ideas come without money. So council's been very kind to her. We scraped around for money for the weather program down on the front street. We scraped around for money for the Memorial Park, which was built. I was talking to Al Jacobs, a good friend of mine. I told him his father was the head of the water department. I told him he has to take a ride down there and look at where the water department was. It's a Memorial Park, a beautiful park. And it's a passageway. Hopefully, someday we'll be able to ride our bicycles to Washington, D.C. on a good path, not on rocks. So, it's another rags to riches story. She took a piece of the ground which was an eyesore and turned it into Memorial Park. So we're grateful for that. And I said this once, I was honored as a Citizen of the Year by the Oakmont Elks. It's a place I've only been in a couple of times. The reason I was honored was because I handled a scholarship fund for the Etna Elks for so many years. And I said this at that night, I said, I've been very fortunate. Most people go through life without a happy marriage. I've had two so far. I'm very happy. As far as the borough goes, being president for 46 consecutive years, you have your ups and downs. My biggest down was about 1990, where we were unfortunate. We weren't too well off financially, and we had nowhere to go. We had to have severe layoffs. We laid off 3 members of the police force. We laid off our public works director, and we laid off more of the people in the office. However, we come out of that thanks to our solicitor, Mr. Rod Heck, who's here this evening. He served as the solicitor about as long as I've been on council. So he's done a great job for us, and he's going to retire at the end of the year also.
Yeah!
during his time as our solicitor, we were sued by the by the Pennsylvania Federation of Police. And at that time, no one was taking him on. He did it, and with the help of some expert testimony, won every case they presented against us, and we were able to proceed with our layoffs. Fortunately, everybody was laid off has got their job, got some kind of a job back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a low point for me. I vowed to always try to avoid layoffs again if I could. And fortunately we have. I felt it could help doing the negotiation for boroughs with the street department and the police department. Mr. Damiano, who was the mayor and passed away, used to be my right-hand man, and then after he left, it was Mr. Becky. So we just settled a contract a couple of weeks ago, and hopefully it'll be the right thing for the borough. Harvey? Okay. I've had some real ups in my time too. I remember my good friend and colleague who I was first elected with, Vince Jones, retired. I was able to introduce him at his little port shindig which we had in the council chambers. I made the statement that we were able to solve this budget without taking out a loan. You can take loans that municipalities can to offset the time that they start bringing in the tax money in. When we don't send our taxes on that until March or April. So those 3 or 4 months were awful tough. And you can use what's called a tax anticipation note. And we were able to see, we were to the point where we didn't need to take them anymore because we had a large enough surplus. Unfortunately, the issues didn't turn out as well. We've taken on a tax anticipation note. I really enjoyed my 52 years. Like I said, there was ups and downs. Hopefully the ups will outdo the downs. Like I said, my wife is the manager now. It's probably the smartest thing I ever did. I was the one who hired her. The hardest thing I did was have to sponsor those layoffs. But like I said, there's ups and there's downs. Mary Ellen has done an excellent job with the wet weather. You'll notice the girls tonight have aprons on that say WWW. That means the women of wet weather.
Yeah!
friends of Mary Ellen, and they have donated their time tonight as servers. I'd like to thank them for coming. I'd like to thank them also for having their weekly get together. Although it was a virtual one, it was better than nothing, at least they. And I'd like to dispel some of these things that were said about me tonight. Some are true and some aren't. Some are exaggerated, some are not. But I appreciate all of them. And I'd like to thank everybody that took the time to come tonight. I know the food was good, but you didn't come out to get a free meal. So thank you very much, and may God bless all of you.
Yeah.
I don't want him to run away like that, you know, he's always dodging that spotlight. I don't know why. Hey, I know some of the clergy here today, and our good friend Pastor JJ from up the street here. I wanted to say at least one verse from the Psalms. I always like to throw that out there. But he says, where there is chaos, everyone has a plan to fix it. But it takes a leader of real understanding to straighten things out. And I like that, that's verse 2. Now, if you haven't already opened your drink glass in front of you, I think you turn it counterclockwise. Right hand is usually your right hand to hold it. And the left
Somebody
hand is
gave these to my grandchildren.
and if there's a cherry available, you want to drop that cherry in. Does everybody have a cherry that wants a cherry? Place cherry between 2 fingers and drop in. Big splash. Now if you can, please, I guess most people, please stand. Everybody stand, please. Now lift your glass and say, for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake.
Yeah. Are you ready, Maestro? Now, I gave you some good hints of what the kind of music we were listening to back there.
Wow.
He's a resident, a neighbor, and a good friend. Tyler Kieran. That's fitting.